Many years ago, in the tribe of the Lakomi people, there lived an elderly woman and her grandson, a boy of about 17. They had no family left, and they were very poor. So poor, in fact, that the rest of the tribe often looked down upon them. They owned nothing of value, and whenever the camp moved to a new place, the old woman and her grandson would linger behind, scavenging for scraps the others had thrown away, worn-out moccasins, broken tools, bits of hide or leftover meat. One day, as they trailed behind the moving village, they came across a pitiful sight: an old mare left to die. She was gaunt and weary, blind in one eye, with sores on her back and a swollen leg. She had been abandoned, for no one thought she was worth saving. But the boy said to his grandmother,
"Let us keep this poor creature. Even if she is weak, she may carry our bundles."
So they loaded their few belongings onto the old mare, who limped slowly along behind them. The Lakomi tribe moved north until they camped near Stone Tower Hill. While they stayed there, scouts rushed back with exciting news. A vast herd of buffalo was grazing nearby, and among them was a rare spotted calf. The chief of the Lakomi, who had a beautiful daughter, declared,
"Whoever kills the spotted calf will win my daughter's hand."
"The robe of a spotted calf is sacred, a gift of great power." Warriors quickly saddled their finest, fastest horses, preparing for the chase. Among them was the poor boy with his worn-out mare. The proud young braves laughed at him, pointing and mocking.
"See the mighty hunter on his noble horse. Surely he will catch the spotted calf."
Embarrassed, the boy turned aside, keeping away from their laughter. Then, to his amazement, the mare spoke.
"Take me to the creek and cover me with mud from head to hoof."
The boy, though frightened, obeyed. The mare then said,
"Do not return to those who mock you. Wait here until the call to ride."
The boy waited. Soon, the signal was given, and the warriors charged across the plain. Suddenly, the old mare leapt forward. She did not seem to run, but to glide like the wind. She passed every swift horse, surged into the herd, and carried the boy straight to the spotted calf. The boy loosed an arrow. The calf fell. With another arrow, he killed a fat cow. When he dismounted, the mare had changed. Her back was healed. Her eyes shone bright. Her limbs were strong and full of fire. Together, they carried back the meat and the sacred spotted robe. On the way, a wealthy warrior offered him 12 fine horses for the robe, hoping to claim the chief's daughter. But the boy refused, saying nothing. When they returned, the tribe could hardly believe it. The poor boy had triumphed. He gave the meat to his grandmother and kept the robe. That night, the mare spoke again.
"Tomorrow, enemies will come to attack this camp. When they line up for battle, ride straight at their leader, strike him down, then return. Do this 4 times against their bravest warriors, but no more. If you go a 5th time, you will lose me."
The next day, the enemies came, fierce and many. The boy rode into them like lightning. Arrows flew thick as rain, but none touched him. He struck down 4 great warriors, just as the mare had said. But then pride swelled in his heart.
I have gone 4 times and I am unharmed.
He thought.
Why not once more?
So he charged again. But this time, an enemy arrow pierced the mare's chest. She fell dead. The boy barely escaped with his life. The enemy, in awe, said,
This horse was no beast, but a spirit, brave as any man.
and they hacked her body into pieces. That night, grieving, the boy gathered the remains and laid them in a pile. On a hilltop, he pulled his robe over his head and mourned. A storm came with roaring wind and heavy rain. Through the downpour, he thought he saw the pieces stir. Another storm came, and he saw the tail flick. A third storm passed, and the mare raised her head. At last, after the 4th storm, the mare stood alive once more. She spoke.
You see how it has been today. From now on, obey me. No more, no less. Tira, the Great Spirit, has allowed me to return.
She told him to hide her behind the hills overnight. Each morning, when the boy returned, she stood with a new horse beside her. First, a shining white stallion, then a powerful black, then a bay, a roan, a grey, a blue, a spotted one. For 10 nights, she gave him a different horse, each more beautiful than the last. Soon the boy was rich, with more horses than anyone in the tribe. He married the chief's daughter, and later became chief himself. He honored his grandmother always, keeping her in his lodge until she passed. The mare, now called the Spirit Mare, was never ridden except on great occasions. She lived many years in the village, until at last she died. And so the poor boy, who once owned nothing, became a great leader, all because of the gift of the Spirit Mare.